Hi everybody, I'm here in the glaze area in the classroom at Cuesta College. And now we're going to be glazing the 5 cylinders that don't have any design on them and the 5 cylinders that do. The first thing you want to do with your bisqueware is to lightly wipe it off with a sponge. Okay, I'm just going to get a damp sponge. And just inside, these pieces may collect dust from sitting on the shelf or when they're fired or the work that you've done on them. So you want to just go through and just lightly, not with wet water, you don't want to put them under the faucet and get them too wet. You just want to lightly wipe dust that may have collected in the kiln off, okay? If there's dust on there or if there's oil from your hands, the glaze might not stick. It might crawl away a little bit from those areas. So that's why it's important to wipe everything down. But you don't want to use too much water because the bisqueware is absorbent. And what happens is it absorbs the glaze. If you have wet ceramics, if your pieces are too wet, the glaze won't absorb. It won't stick to the piece in that area. So I've wiped it all down. If you have thin pieces, this piece is very thin, you want to glaze the inside first, let it sit for half an hour or so while you're working, and then come back and do the outside of the piece. This, when you have thinner ware, it can only absorb so much at one time. And if you try to do both sides at the same time, you might not get a good coverage. You won't get a thick coverage. You might just get a too thin of coverage. Okay, so now I've done that. Now I'm just gonna go over the basics, and they are pouring, dipping, and brushing, okay? The best coverage is to pour or dip. So we're gonna do all the insides first,